Welcome to In Depth tonight. Moving a great ship from Evansville across an ocean and making it ready for the greatest invasion of all time. It happened. So how about moving that ship, one of them, from its current mooring near downtown to its new home in front of Tropicana? It has turned into a major effort. Joining me tonight is Chris Donahue from LST 325's board. Chris, we've got a giant piece of history right on our riverfront, and moving from point A to point B, it's about a mile and a half, but it's a long mile and a half.
Yeah,
where are we on this right now?
Took about 76 years to get here, but where we're on it, we just received the keys to the new visitor center a day or two ago, and the construction crews are still cleaning up in there, but it's pretty much done in the visitor center. A little bit of wiring to do, so it was important for us to get we have office staff. We have, 4 or 5 people, paid people on our staff to run the business in the office. As you know, all of us, rest of us are volunteers.
And let's take a look at the mooring site, if we can pull that video up, Grace, to give you some idea. This is still a work in progress right here.
Yes, the mooring side, it's going to take a while outside, but as long as we can get in the building, we need 2.5 to 3 months to get that. Not only is it's a museum, it's our working offices, and it's a gift shop. So we're inheriting an empty building. There you're looking at the front of the building. That's where you enter the building, unless you come across the Lamerigo crosswalk and you come in another. But I'm seeing shots there of the mooring itself out back. And
you got a beautiful view. Let's take it, if we can get to the Welcome Center itself. You'll be able to see, well, obviously the river, but also the fact you'll be able to look out and see the land, right, 45 acres of where the LSTs were built.
And that's one of the coolest things about it. There's a big panoramic window on the rear of the building, and while you're waiting for a tour, you're looking out at the ship, and then you look over this way, oh, there's a shipyard.
Okay.
And about not even a half mile away, so that's cool.
20,000 people almost were working on that shipyard, and the LST, as we know, is a survivor, the LST 325, because it went through all kinds of ordeal just getting to the coast of France.
Yeah, left Philadelphia, went over to North Africa. Germans shot some holes in it. If you go on the tour today, you can see, if you're down on the tank deck, you'll see where 2 shells, 20 millimeter and 30 millimeter cannon shells came through. So we got down there, went to Italy, Sicily, Salerno. They didn't like us either, so they were shooting at us. Made it through there, so I went to Normandy. And if you're familiar with Normandy, Omaha Beach was the bloodiest. That's where this ship was. And now it survived all of that to come to Evansville, Indiana. Spent 14 years in it was a good place to give the ship a home when it had no home.
And it's the only navigable LST left.
In its original configuration,
right.
Yes.
Okay, and with that said, Evansville was the largest, from what I understand, inland plant for the LST. And just getting one of those boats ready to go through the straits and the rivers.
It's the largest period for LSTs. The Cornfield shipyards, I think there were 7 of them, but Evansville made actually 171 ships. 167 of those turned out to be LSTs. 3 were made into other ships. But number 2 producer was little bitty Seneca, Illinois, by Peoria, 157. So yeah, we're the LST capital of the world in that sense.
And this new location there at Tropicana, one of the big issues that LST 325's placement has been the location. And it's on all due respect to that location that you've been operating from. This is going to offer up a whole new opportunity.
Oh yeah, we have to change our whole business model. Right now we're closed 30% of the year. From December 1st to April 1st, we're only open on Saturdays. Why? Because there's nobody there. And we'll be open every day down there. The first year, we'll probably extended hours. We're all going to have to work a little harder. And there's just a lot more traffic.
And the traffic is so important. What about the schools? We got less than a minute right now. Tell me about it. Do you hope to get more kids at this new location?
In EVSC, it's a bit of an issue because they got to block off a couple hours probably and get school buses. We don't see a whole lot of EVSC. I wish we did. the kids we're seeing are more so from the Catholic schools or from Mount Vernon or Poseyville. People don't have all the bureaucracy to deal with.
Okay.
And one item before we sign off there, I just wanted to let you know. There's no charge to visit the museum, the land-based museum. To visit the ship, there is. So you can come in and check out the stuff for free.
Well, if your child's school does not have a field trip or are unable to do so, parents, a great weekend or what have you, to bring your kids to downtown Evansville and see this remarkable piece of history.
Exactly.
Opening date is tentatively May 2nd, all right?
May 2nd. We hope to sail the ship down there on May 1st.
All righty. Chris Donahue with LST 325 will be talking to you again probably shortly before everything gets started.
Thank you, Brad.
All right. You're watching Eyewitness News at 9. Brandon will be back in just a moment.